You ask any of my college athletes, out of the number of them that I've worked, I can give you a handful of them that literally say they have a culture at the school. I have one that played very high level volleyball, 4 years at one program and 1 year at another program, and she had a great experience at both schools. But the one at the 4 year didn't have a culture. There's no culture there. There's nothing. And then you go to the other school and there's culture. It was the best opportunity she had. She had a great time there at that 1 year program, but it's culture. And a lot of these programs don't understand culture.
They try to
how
copy
to
culture.
format it or copy it. You can't do it. You
Like
can't
Anson
do it
Dorrance.
from year to year.
Anson Dorrance is the most copied coach in American
Yeah, and
soccer.
it doesn't
and
work.
it doesn't work everywhere else.
Yeah.
Because it's really, everybody thinks that it's coach led. It's really player led.
Yeah, it's athlete driven. Yeah, it is. And every year you have different athletes on your team. It's like what you and I do. What we initially started talking about, right, is athletic development and having individualized programs. Well, he does the same thing. He learned that real quickly with female athletes, and look what he's done with his team. But it's all about relations. You need to know the athletes. I think a lot of times that the coaches don't learn about their athletes, and I know firsthand that a lot of coaches that I work with, I'm like, hey, did you know this about this athlete? And they're like, no, I didn't know that.
Exactly.
That's part of the process. Learn to know your athletes. Hey, did you know this kid's got 7 kids in his family and he's fighting for everything he's got? No, I didn't know that. It's the little things. It's relationships, and I think that's what I've really learned in my process. Right, is that everybody's an individual. Everybody's coached differently.
Everybody has.
I might be really sarcastic with one athlete that I have in my group training, and I might coddle one, and I might get on another one saying, hey, you can do better. But I've learned quickly how I have to operate with these athletes to get what I want out of them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think, especially in soccer clubs, I came up under following mentors, and I tried to get 3 or 4 top mentors in Michigan. Right now, I think that we're lacking proper mentors and coaching education and coaches looking out and helping develop other coaches. Instead, we have cultures, especially at the higher clubs that I've been a part of, because I've had it from both sides, where I'm at a small community club and I was young, wasn't confident, and I just clung to these mentors. But then I go to a giant club in Michigan, and it's all the coaches for themselves, and it's coaches bad-mouthing other coaches within the same club. And it's like, what? Aren't we all supposed to be on the same team, doing things together? Can I come and just sit on your sideline? And coaches be like, no, I don't want you on my sideline. It's like, what's going on?
Isn't that an organizational component, though?
Yes.
As far as an organization, and I hear it all the time, coaches are doing different things, saying different stuff, where if you have an organization, and let's talk soccer because you're the soccer guy. So if we have an organization and they have an A team and a B team, or a house team and a travel team, and they have 2 teams at each level, how many teams is that?
A lot.
Right, it's a lot of teams. So as an organizational standpoint, what I would like to see is these coaches should be meeting. They should all be sitting down. They should all be talking about what the other coaches are doing, what they're not doing, what works, what doesn't work, what we should be saying to our athletes. And again, I think that goes back to culture. Has that organization been around long enough to where they have a culture to where, no, this is the way we're doing it. When you come and coach here, this is what we're doing. This is what we believe in. Whether it's this is what we're going to do with our U10, this is what we're going to do with our U12, there's a step process. And I think in organizational, there's a developmental process just like everything else. But I don't see it.
What do you do when the culture is toxic?
Well, That's kind of a catch-22, right? Because we see a lot of those
Hey,
athletes.
congratulations, you have a culture,
Well,
but
well,
everybody
yeah.
hates it.
Well, we have a lot of those athletes, and the problem is, one, what organizations in this area do you know that have a really good organizational component that can get these athletes to the next level? Two is, I mean, if it's that toxic, I tell the kids, listen, there's red flags to me. And if those red flags are always there, turn around and run. Turn around and run. It doesn't help.